Okay, so in this video, we'll learn how to emphasize areas of a photo and add color to it to do the color emphasis, both on our background and on an object. So I have two photos that I want you to download and put into your desktop folder. So one of them, this is kind of the beginner one, and then if you have extra time, you can use these same skills and practice on this multiple parrot one. Okay, so that's why I have two. But right now, I want you to use this first one where there's just one parrot in it. So I'm going to be opening up Photoshop, and then I'm going to do open. I'm going to pick my simple parrot. Okay, and it should open. If your screen doesn't look exactly like this, remember that you can go into Window, Workspace, Reset Essentials, and then it will take it into this kind of cleaner version of it, because sometimes Photoshop remembers changes you made previously. Just a really quick review here is that, wait, I do not want to do that. Hold on a second. Is that I am going to do a couple things to my workspace. One is that I'm going to add the windows that I enjoy using. One is Navigator, so I've got it up here. And then the other one is I'm going to do History, which just makes my life a lot easier because I can go back and forth to something that I did previously. So I've got History, and then I have lost my Navigator for some reason. So I'm going to go back in and get that window, Navigator. Okay, so I have both of these. Okay, so here is my photo, just a simple one here. And the first thing I want to do is I want to find my tool that is the quick, and I'm going to just click on this, and I should be able to see that this is my quick selection tool. So if I really hold down for a lot, then the name of the tool pops up. If you're ever unclear about a tool, you can come down here and look for, a little hard to see right now. Hold on a second. You can look for three dots in your Photoshop. Let me just see if I can get to that. You can find these three dots here in the toolbar. Click on the three dots, go to Edit Toolbar, and then look for the tool. So the Quick Selection tool looks like this. That gives me some idea what that is. And I can do that. So now I know that the Quick Selection tool is over here. So I'm going to click on that. And the first thing that I'm going to do, let me just make sure that you can see my whole thing here, is the first thing I'm going to do is get my whole parrot in there. And I want to select my whole parrot. So I have my quick selection tool. It's this one over here. It's the clear circle, and I have like a brush in it. And do you notice that when I clicked on that quick selection, the option bar changed? And so there's some things that I can do here. And right now I'm in the plus. So that's one thing that I'm in. And my pen size, my brush size is a 9. I can make that a little bit bigger for now. And so now I am ready to go around this parrot. And so this is AI assisted. So this quick selection thing will kind of sense where the contrast and the color are different. And so I can make adjustments later, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of start up here. And you see that as I go through and tell it, it knows I'm telling it where I want it to go. Sometimes the quick selection makes a little bit of a mistake. Did you see how it didn't know I wanted to go down here for this tail? So I took it over there. And if you make a mistake, you don't have to worry about it. Look up here. And I want to go into that. Okay. So that's what it looks like right now. You can see I made a big, huge mistake down here. So let me go down to that area. So I'm in my navigator. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to move the red square to the area that I need to play around with. And do you see that there is also up here in my option bar, there is a negative, there's a plane, there's a plus, and there's a negative. I'm going to click on the negative because I don't want any of this. So I'm going to get rid all of that. And there it is. Okay, so I've gotten rid of all that. Now I'm going to add another little part. And so now I have the add button, and that's what that looks like. Okay, and I'm also going to add a little bit more down here. And so this is pretty fast and quick. I'm going to take my red box and come down here because I want to do more of that. Okay. Also, look over here. I really need to do something with that. So I'm going to come up here to my minus, and I'm going to say that I don't want any of this. So I'm going to take it all the way up there. Then I'm going to go up to my plus, and I'm going to add this little black area. Now I'm going to minus it again and get rid of some of this stuff. Now I'm going to add it. So you can see that this is not precise. If I wanted to be more precise, I could, instead of using this quick selection tool, I could go into and use my lasso tool, which gives me a more precise tool. But that's what I'm interested in right now. So let me go use my navigator to come out. I mean, to have the whole image here. And so now I have my whole, I have everything selected. I have my whole, let me just do this a little bit. Okay, I have everything selected. So what I'd like to do now is I want to turn the background black and white. So I want this colorful parrot to really pop out of this background. So right now I have the parrot selected. I want to have the background selected. So I'm going to go into select inverse, which is opposite. So now there is a line around all of the background, okay? And so what I'm going to do now is make that black and white. So I'm going to go into image, adjustments, and then I'm going to do black and white. And then it turns black and white, which is kind of cool, right? So if I want to deselect this and see the way this looks, I'm going to go Control D. Wait, I need to say this is okay. So I'm going to do Control D, and then this is what it looks like now. So kind of cool, pops out, looks good. So now let me just do some other stuff other than just making this black and white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here to my history, and I'm going to go to my black and white one. There I am. So this takes me to this layer where I am. And so right now my background is done here, right? And I'm going to go back to my image adjustments, black and white. And I want to show you something. Down here is a little box that says tint. So I'm going to do this tint. And then I have two things that I need to deal with. One is hue or saturation. So let's say I don't want it to just be black and white. I want it to be, I don't know, a single color or something like that. I can, with the hue, change the color. Okay, so you can see I'm kind of cycling through purple, now blue, now green. So let's say I want it to be green. Okay, and then saturation is how much of a color it's going to be. So I want this to be subtle. I just want it to be kind of a little bit green. So I just move the saturation down, and now I have it. So I'm going to do Control D so I can see what it looks like. I can say, oh, I like it. So I'm going to do that. All right. Now I'm going to change the parrot. Okay. So I'm going to look on my history and see where my parrot was. So I'm going to do, is it select inverse? Now I'm going to do before that. Okay. So now my parrot is selected. Okay. Actually, hold on a second. I'm going to do something different that I didn't do. I'm actually going to go down to my very last one here. Okay. When I deselected, I'm going to go up here to black and white. Okay. So this is when I had what I liked. And right now the background is selected and the parrot is not. So I'm going to go into select and I'm going to opposite it again. So now parrot is selected and not the background. So now whatever I do is going to be for the parrot. So I could change the color. I could go into image, adjustment, hue and saturation. I could change some colors here. So I could do some cool things. I'm going to cancel that. Another thing I can do is add a filter. So obviously we don't want to do this all the time. We want to, kind of use these sparingly, but I did want to show you where they are. So if I go up here on the top menu, so remember the top is a menu, the down to the left are the tools, and then the next right underneath the menu are the options, and the options change depending on what tool you have. But right now in the menu, I'm going to go to filter. I'm going to go to filter gallery. And okay, a bunch of filter gallery things are showing up. So here's what I can do. Let me kind of show you some different ones. I can go into these artistic tools and I can say I want it to look like this. So it looks a little bit more like a painting. I can try a cutout. I can do different things. I can do rough pastels. I can do poster edges. Okay, so I can try all kinds of different ones. And if I choose a new one, it only applies one filter at a time. So I can go back to brush strokes. I can try a lot of different ones. So I can try some until I see one that I like. I'm going to kind of, just play around with them, try them. I'm going to go down to texture here, and I'm going to do mosaic tiles, which kind of gives it like a crinkly thing throughout. And let's say this is what I want. So I'm going to pick this. You can pick whatever you want, but this is what I'm going to pick. So I'm going to, once I want to pick it, I'm going to say, okay. And I'm going to deselect it, Control D. And that's what my final version looks like. So your final version is going to look different than mine because you're going to make different choices. But I want you to change both the background and the parrot, okay? So last thing I need to do is I need to label it correctly. I need to save this and I need to label it. So let me go over that. This is important. It's part of what you need to do. So I'm going to go up here in my menu to File, and then I'm going to say Save As, okay? So I'm going to put it in my same color selection that this was, but here is the file convention. So file convention means, it doesn't mean a party of files. It means that this is the way we label our files in this class. And why is that important? So that I always know who did it. I always know which assignment it is, etc. when you turn it in. So here I am, and my name is Kelly Wilkerson. So I'm going to do Wilkerson K _ and then it's going to be color, the name of the assignment, color emphasis. Okay. Now, obviously, your name is different, so you're going to have a different last name and a different first initial. Then I double check that this is a JPEG. It is. And then I'm going to save it. Okay. And I'm going to say, okay. And this is going to be the image that I'm going to put, I'm going to submit in Canvas. So Once you've done that, go ahead and try the second one that has the 4 parrots. Okay, so see if you can sharpen your skills and use new filters, use new hues, etc., and see what you can create.